Welcome back to Blog Access 101. I'm your host, Young Bachi. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify by searching Blog Access 101. This is episode 276. I'm here today with my co-hosts, Bobby and Jeremy. What up, y'all?
What up?
All right, we'll jump right into it. WNBA playoffs start today. It was a great day. Um, everybody's talking about something they ain't gonna be watching during football Sunday. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like the Valkyries should be, they're a team that's first year in the league, it makes it to the playoffs. They probably gonna get the dog shit beat out of them by Minnesota. But but
God.
it's a good stepping stone for the future of the franchise. Making playoffs first season. And, they have nothing to lose, so maybe they can pull off an upset. I highly doubt it, but you never know. Um, in the era of sports, upsets can happen any given day. But I definitely feel like Minnesota sweeps the series.
Yeah, Minnesota should sweep that series. It should be easy. Actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna give the Valkyries one. They're gonna win one. And it's gonna be in front of the home crowd.
Interesting.
It's gonna be one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going. I don't. So you say it's going. So you think this series is actually going to full 3 games?
Yeah, I think it could.
Um,
Wishful thinking, buddy. This
I
this
don't know
one's getting
about.
wrapped up on the 17th in Golden State.
That's wild. You're so disrespectful. Listen,
Kill me in fantasy, but
Golden State needs some light in their lives after Kaminga is holding up everything with the Warrior side, so they can't sign people until Kaminga accepts or not holding up all the money. So the
yeah.
Val they need some kind of like, hey, one win. That's all they got. They'll get one win. I'm not saying they win the series, they get one win.
Let's jump to another series. Obviously this one would be much more interesting if Caitlin Clark was there, but Indiana still got some dogs over there with Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha Howard. Where do you see this series going between Indiana Fever and the Atlanta Dream?
Sweep.
Which way? Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest. Bro, the Indiana Fever are too down. Like they've lost a lot of players with injury. So yes, they got dogs, but sweep.
I think this is sweep though. Even without Caitlin, I don't think they get swept.
Get them brooms off. Get them
Yeah,
I,
that's what
I
I mean,
definitely
like,
think it goes 3 games. Of course, I have Atlanta winning the series 2-1.
yeah,
WNBA, please change our dumbass format and go to seven.
yeah.
I see y'all finally
Or five
made the
maybe.
final seven, and then what the semi joint five. Like that joint weird to me. But actually, I mean, low key, I kind of don't like. It's like I wish it was seven, but at least it kind of speeds it up. You get the teams that's not gonna make it to the later rounds out of there pretty quickly. Um, but I would like to see 7 games, and I'm sure the fans want to see. And also, if the WNBA was smart, you get more revenue when you got a 7 game series. Um, but what do I know? I just feel as though Indiana, because even though they beat them, well, they didn't beat them. Even though without Caitlin Clark, it was series was tied 2-2. Um, I just feel as though Indiana steals one at home. Then Atlanta goes back for that game 3 and wins that one. But what are your thoughts, Jeremy or Bobby, for that series?
Yeah, I mean, I think they could sneak away with one. I mean, even with Caitlin Clark being out, um, with that foot, I think that it enables them to have Boston get down low, get some more rebounds, and allow them to kind of get like some more second chance points. With the Valkyrie, which you were referring to, Rob, like I feel like all they got is three. So if you feel like they can, get swept by one, then at least some rebounding and some good defense could at least allow them to stay in the game and win one by at least one or two at the last second.
Because even with the Fever, even though they don't have Caitlin Clark, I feel like they're a pretty scrappy team where they're going to fight and claw to the end. A lot of people tried to write them off once Caitlin Clark was out. When first she went down, you're like, oh, this team is going to suffer. And they showed that they have grit and they can play well without Caitlin Clark. As her cronies would think, a lot of them thought the WNBA ended 6 weeks ago. Um, but anyway, um, I feel as though they're going to get one. I was always a huge fan of Natasha Howard. So I feel like her and Kelsey Mitchell are going to be able to those two players along with Leah Boston is going to be able to at least get them to steal one game at home. Bobby, you had any thoughts on that?
Sweet. I'm gonna tell you right now, sweet. Yes, Aaliyah Boston is great. But I just feel like they're just down. Like they're down a lot of weapons, and I think them getting out of the playoffs early is the best thing for them, just to prepare for next year. You know, get stuff kind of like just to prepare.
The Bundesliga's Liberty Mercury. Now this is probably the series everybody want to watch for first, at least out of the first round. Um, Two great teams. Um, a lot of people. No, it was no. I think we all put the Mercury in the play. I had them at 7 or
Yeah.
something. But Alyssa Thomas, I knew that once Kalia Copper came back, when she's healthy, I know they was going to play well. Um, then you got DeWanna Bonner back there. I just feel as though this team's going to have a good run, but unfortunately they matched up against New York in that first round. I definitely think that series goes 3, but I think New York takes that series.
Yeah, it goes three. Like it's not even close. It's definitely going 3 games. I do think New York takes that series as well. I think it splits 1-1, each team winning in their home court, and then New York closing it out in New
The
York.
thing is, I mean, obviously, the playoff starts 0-0, but Phoenix Worth did have the 3-1 series matchup between them during the regular season,
Mm.
and they were having their way. But we know some of the issues was with New York with the injuries of Stewie. We see she's back healthy now, which is great for them. You got Phoebus, dog on hitting threes and rebounding. Then you got Natasha Cloud, a scrappy with defender that can score as well. Then you got Sabrina's going to shoot. I just feel as though that the Liberty have too much firepower on that team, and I know they're ready for that second round matchup, which probably should have been a finals matchup, but unfortunately we're going to get in the second round. Um, so this should be fun, but I don't want to overlook Phoenix that early, like they just going to get written off. But we everybody know the series they want to see in the next round. Then we have. I wish we had Storm in Minnesota. That would have been a lovely first round, but unfortunately, Storm Aces. I'm going to say this series goes 3, but I feel like Asia's been balling out of control. Um, Chelsea Gray finally found her a groove back again. Jackie Young, always going to do Jackie Young things. And then Melissa Smith is a solid piece off the bench. Also, they got Cheyenne uh, Parker back. So that was definitely a huge job. I forgot they even had her. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. She was recovering from pregnancy. So that's a huge boost for them. So I see the series going 3, but I'm taking Las Vegas. Who do you guys have?
This is I think it's a hard series. I think it goes 3, especially with how Seattle's such a good team, and along with the aces and all the vets they have between Asia's playing out her mind, and then you got with Seattle, Gabby Williams, NECA, and all that. But I think the aces will probably win just based off of a little bit more experience, like playoff experience, not besides NECA, but more playoff experience, in my opinion.
What they lost the 3 out of 4 games this season was what's 7 or less. So we all know it's going to be a close game. It's going to be not any blowouts, which is always good for playoff basketball. You want to have the fans locked in from start to finish, in a game that's going to be super competitive and close throughout the duration of the game. It's always a good game, but. I just feel as though Agent, it's going to be who can slow down Agent. And I don't see really anybody on that team that can actually do that. Like Necka's a good defender. Dominique Malunga off the bench, the rookie, she's a great defender. But I don't see anyone on this team stopping Asia. And if you can't stop her, that's when everybody else feeds off her injury. So that's my thoughts. Let's see. Let's see. Is any other games? Oh yeah, we did all of them. Okay. Let's see. But all right, so yeah, jump into the next topic. I know you guys wanted to talk about the Crawford and Canelo fight. I just want to start off. They don't ever need to start a fight that late ever again because by round two, the fight was watching me, bro.
Hey, yo, that's a fact. I agree. Hey, first off, not everybody needs an intro. All them before fights before it, cut them intros off. I'm sorry, I don't want to see them.
Nah, you got to get it up and comers. They
You
they
no no
they
no.
they shine for this.
You can get the co-main event. The co-main event, that's fine. But everybody else, cut the intros off. Nobody wants to see that.
You
Cut
got to
them
they got to
early.
they got to give them their spotlight, man, so people can get
Dog,
that brand awareness, so they know who
dog,
they are.
dog, the announcer didn't even sound enthused when he was introducing Canelo and Bud at the same time. He sounded like, hey man, I want to get this over with. Why are we here this late?
Or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
have
yeah.
some
Somebody,
different announcers.
yeah, that was like horrible, like planning,
Yeah.
scheduling plan as well as marketing because like you had a fight of this magnitude and like it was like constant people on social media just complaining like why is this flight start late and it wasn't like the older generation, it was like our generation. So when we start saying it, bro, it should never like at the latest just started
Yeah.
like 10 or 11, like late 12. I'm like, bro, it was crazy.
Yep, yep, and too many live bands. If you're talking about like coming out, like the entrances, like live bands, you got music for days that you could play for these boxers that they can come out to, and then there's just so many different nuances with the commercials and so many different ways to market the fight. But for them to start that late, I think it just kind of took the gas and the fire out of the fight.
Also, too, I think Netflix was trying to capitalize on everybody trying to buy it because if you didn't want to see the commercials, buy the premium package.
Yeah,
But I'm cheap. I ain't buying no premium package for Netflix.
right.
Y'all already charged me $17 a month. Like, damn,
It went up $10.
like shit.
Yes. Yeah. They said we're gonna get our money's where we're gonna hold this fight and see how many people we can get in before we start it. But shout out to Terence Crawford for being winning another match, undisputed champion.
It was, I mean, it showed that Terrence was, I'm not gonna say he was levels above Canelo. Canelo was doing this thing, but I think Canelo got shorter arms than Terrence. That's just my opinion. So that like Terrence could get the distance and really affect the jab and just how to just control the match. Just watching it.
Yeah, it was like rounds like I would say like 4 through 6 when I was watching it. When I saw just Bud just kind of like counter everything that everything that Canelo had to throw at him. I mean, his trainer even in the corner, you could tell him well he was like you got to go on the attack because he was just attempting to kind of gauge. Canelo always gauges his fighters, but in this fight, it seemed that Crawford was I think he was dropping weight, so he was too powerful for him.
Yeah.
All his punches, jabs, body. He had a body shot in like round 8 that got him. He staggered him with that, and then like rounds 4 through 5, like I mean everything that he was throwing, like Canelo was surprised. Like he thought he was going to win at least rounds like 4 through 5 with like okay he gassed him out 1 through 3. Didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, my thing is, but like from the rounds I watched, because like Rob, the fight started watching me after round three, but I did see the highlights this morning. It just looked like Crawford was just gauging the distance and just like taking control. He controlled the whole fight. Like he wasn't trying to do too much. He was hitting him with the counters at the right time and just controlling him, keeping Canelo like no. Every time Canelo tried to push forward, Crawford pushed back and keep it like no, I'm keeping my distance and I'm either gonna jab you or hook you to death.
It's like when you let a fighter throw 92 more punches than you. Like I obviously I feel like Canelo was more efficient because he still had like the same percentage, but 92 more punches thrown is never a good recipe to win, especially in boxing. You obviously don't want to just be out there throwing anything and just hoping something land, because then that's when you fatigue come in and somebody hits you with that TKO. But you got to be go out there and come in more aggressive. Like you guys said, he likes to study his boxing, which is cool. But at a certain round, you just got to go. You got to lock in, go crazy. Um, but it was a good fight when I saw it from the highlights from the reviews. Um, But yeah, never. They should never ever start a fight again that late again. Netflix, do better. You guys had to. You guys. I guess they're teetering, trying to figure out what works for them with the streaming. So hopefully they get it together eventually. But yeah, never start a fight again that late. What else? The one you guys want to talk about? Adam Silver calling the NBA. Well, I know
As
you get the
as
highlights. Um,
as an employee in the NBA, ah, it is what it is, and I'll keep it at that.
so I'm saying for him. Adam
Keep it at that.
Silver. Um, yeah, David Stern is rolling around in his grave. The call it the highlight league. I get it. You're trying to keep up with the streaming times, but basically, it was like if you broke, just say that. That's basically what it's saying. But your target base it still wants to be on traditional media. I talk about some of my classes where the regular cable stations, and you guys, I feel like you should be able to have a balance of both still, because you still have the older generation that wants to watch the games on regular sites. Like my pop was getting mad the other day about Amazon Prime. It's like, wow, these games keep being on Amazon Prime. I said they trying to get that streaming. They trying to get that streaming platform, so they got to market it. But yeah, it's just like from a marketing standpoint and a communication, it was like, bro, who prepped you for this interview? Because this sounds terrible. When you just say, yeah, this is a highlight league. That's a quick way to piss your fans off and just piss off a whole lot of other people. And even your players, they probably like, oh, we just highlights, Adam.
Like I said, Rob, it is what it is. Okay, we'll keep it
But
at that. It is.
well, you have any thoughts on that, Jeremy? Or
I mean, I think that it was definitely a disservice to, some of the athletes that put blood, sweat, and tears into, the sport. I think that it was definitely uncalled for. But like I said, like I can understand Rob's stance, but if I was my paychecks were coming in, I would like, yeah. I mean, I don't get. I'll be fortunate enough to work for the NBA. So I mean, but yeah, I think that somebody gotta prep them for that those types of comments.
I,
It is what it is.
I'm definitely pro-capitalist, but I feel as though you got to look at the if you cut off this particular fan base that younger ones might not want to pay that price, is that going to hurt your bottom line? And in my opinion, I feel like it's going to hurt your bottom line in the long run, where you're not having those many subscribers because people are like, oh, I'm not paying this astronomical price. Where you can get a Fire Stick $25 Joe, a month or 20 a month, and you can watch all the games you want. So it's like that's why I'd be like, I don't understand why a lot of people be buying League Pass still. Because I'm like, you get the Fire Stick, you get all these games. You don't really need League Pass anymore. So it's like you have to think, how can I cut out these smaller entities? I'm not saying Fire Stick is a small entity, but compared to the NBA, it is. So it's like, how can I like? That's what made Amazon such like prominent, because anytime they had any type of competitor, they would just try to buy it or had it add to their platform, and that's how you stay in business for a very long time and have a lucrative um, money overflowing just from being able to take out those potential threats and then bring them to your fleet. And that's what the NBA need to do. You need to figure out how you can like still make be financially productive, but also not able to cut out your one of your main supplier or stakeholder, which is the fans. And then the fact that you should just say, oh, they can watch the free highlights after, it's kind of like a smack in the face and basically saying F you to your fans, which is never a good thing, because the NBA as a product is already going down because we're seeing all these players doing this dribble drive, 10,000 travels that the refs don't call. Um, so it's like it's already a product that's I don't want to say decimating, but its trajectory is going downward because not many people want to watch it. Now you're seeing the brand expansion of WNBA. More people want to watch college basketball just because people say the product is better than the NBA, where the matches are more competitive, players are actually playing for something, um, and people are like taking like seriousness into the game. NBA, a lot of players going lollygagging for the regular season to the playoffs. But yeah, I don't want to get off into a ramble. But yeah, that was just my thoughts on that. I guess we could do our picks for the week. Let me go to mine. Yeah, Bobby, I see you ain't joined the $50 pick 'em, John.
Nope, I did not. I know y'all want me to. I know.
Terrible, terrible. Say that. But
But
so
I'll
first
give
game,
y'all good information.
Is that a weekly or?
yeah. We but this year it's weekly. But at the end of the season, the winner gets the pot. Whoever has the most wins.
Oh yeah, I gotta join next week then for sure.
All right. Well, shit, you might want to enjoy this week because you already missed 1 week because we go off the all weeks instead of just week by week. But all right. So obviously on Thursday I took Green Bay. I had took the +3.5 for Washington. That damn kicker missed 2 field goals. Get it together, Matt
Duh.
Gay. I don't know how he
Was
doesn't
it two
get
or
benched.
three? I thought it was three at the.
No, he missed two. But
Oh,
um, but then they benched my boy Young Ho over there in Atlanta because he missed 1 game time. This dude missed two. I know he better get benched next week. Washington. Uh, all right. So and this week I got Pittsburgh over Seattle. DK Metcalf. This is a revenge game for my guy. Please go off today for me in fantasy. I'm taking Ravens over the Browns. I feel like this is no brainer. The guy in the interview asked him, "What do you guys feel about being minus 11.5?" He was like, "Whoop de doo," because he know why he said whoop de doo because he know they about to get cooked. Whoop de do that. Cincinnati over Jacksonville, Dallas over the Giants. Take the -4.5 for Dallas. Russell Wilson. It's getting ugly for you, my boy. I'm glad you're in love with Sierra, but you're looking terrible on the field, champ.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
Detroit over Chicago. I don't want to say no brainer because this is definitely a welcome home, Ben Johnson, and hopefully it's a welcome home. This is what you better get used to for the next several years of getting cooked by the Lions still. All right. I'm taking the Patriots over Miami. I know that's kind of crazy, but I'm not like what I'm seeing out of Miami. It's a lot of dysfunction over there. Free my man Tyreek Hill. Uh, I'm still taking the 49ers over the Saints, even though Brock Purdy's out for a few weeks. Mac Jones, welcome back to the NFL. Start.
Oh my. I'm sorry. I'm watching the game now.
All right, and then I got the Rams over Tennessee. Taking Buffalo over the Jets, even though I like what I've seen thus far from Justin Fields. Taking the Cardinals over the Panthers. Denver over the Colts. Taking the Chiefs over the Eagles. Eagles
Yo,
fans,
what?
you
nah,
guys are
what?
kind of
Nah, let's
insane.
stop there.
Yo,
Nah,
That's
whoa.
that's
what?
You
that's
not a
that's
No, let's
fan.
stop.
You
that's
not
that's
a
that's
fan.
that's you
No,
guys' problems. You guys
no,
be betting off of emotion,
no. I'm
Nah, you
not.
and
not
this
a
is
I'm
why
not.
y'all
I
be
fan.
getting
need a
cooked.
valid.
Nah, you not a
Everything.
fan.
Everything. I need a valid reason why.
I'll tell you why.
The way
This is
we've been
this
Nah, you
looking.
been a
this
fan for
is
one
this is
year and
their
you
this
gonna
is
do
their
some shit like
all right. So
this?
this is their lick back game against us. We're playing at their stadium. Everything is going against us, and I'd rather them win this game than win the Super Bowl. So you got to lose the battle sometimes to win the war. We will be back in the Super Bowl and win another one back to back, but we will lose this
Hey,
game
whoa,
today.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop. You don't have to say all that. Just say we
Yeah,
win.
yeah.
Don't say
Oh
all
my
that.
God, look here, it's superstitious. But
No, because you are the ultimate jinxer.
hey,
I.e.
no,
Cowboys and Packers. Remember that game?
I don't recall any of that
Yeah.
game.
Remember
But
what you said before that game. Don't
but back
forget.
but back to my picks. Minnesota over Atlanta. Kirk Cousins go back home, unfortunately, this time as a backup, but I know he'll get
Yeah.
that love in Minnesota. I'm taking Tampa Bay over Houston.
What?
Chargers over the Raiders. That's gonna be a good game. Um, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right. I got y'all right now. So I got the Rams over the Titans for sure. Um, I believe the Bengals and Jaguars game is gonna be high scoring, but the Bengals win.
Of
Ravens and Browns, that's easy. Ravens.
course.
Bills and Jets, this is another toss-em because like the Jets had a great week one and the Bills also too with the comeback. But I can't I'm not gonna bet against Josh Allen. So Bills. Patriots and Dolphins, too easy, Patriots. 49ers and Saints, still the 49ers because of Kyle Shanahan's system, even though Mac Jones is the QB, but Kyle Shanahan's system should destroy that. Um, Cowboys and Giants. Um, I hate both teams,
Yeah, that's
but
for
I think the Cowboys win that. Bears and Lions is another toss 'em. I'm gonna say Lions win because they're at home. I do see a world where the Bears could win that, but Lions win because they're at home. Steelers, Seahawks. Oh yeah, this is home opener. Yeah, Steelers win that. Broncos Colts. This will be an interesting game. I think this will be a very defensive game. So I don't think it will be too high scoring. But it's the Colts at home. Danny Dimes. I'm still going with the Broncos because of Pat Surtain and that defense. Cutting off one, you can cut off one side of the field with that. I'm going with the Broncos. Cardinals and Panthers, that's easy. Bryce Young is in mid-season form or early season form, not playing well until the end of the season. So we're going with the Cardinals on that one. Eagles and Chiefs. I'm a loyal Eagles fan, and loyalty pays a lot, so I'm going Eagles winning this, but they win by 3.
That's what I'm
Falcons.
saying, man. You guys are betting with your hearts and not
Nah,
with your
I ain't say
brains.
I ain't say I would bet on it, but I'm rooting. I stay away from my team's
I'm rooting
games.
for the Eagles, no question. But I'm also know that in betting, you cannot bet off emotion. You
Oh,
have
for
to bet
sure.
off theory and logic.
Strategy. Yeah.
All right. And then Vikings and Falcons. I am going to go with the Vikings on this one. I think JJ McCarthy, that's a great way to start the season with a comeback win and be accounted for 3 total touchdowns like that. And being so young, I think the Vikings, it'll be a close game, but the Vikings win that. As we know, the Packers and Commanders, Thursday night games, always bet on the home team. Always. Never bet for the away team. Always bet on the home team. Buccaneers and Texans. I think the Buccaneers win that. Texans go 0-2. From what I saw from the Texans last week against the Rams, CJ is still holding the ball too long, looking for the intermediate and deep passes and not looking for like the short passes. Like it's the last resort. I hope CJ can like really get the short ball going and get Nico. Nico has such a big frame. I know those short passes kind of hurt Nico because you're going across the middle and you might get cracked. And then Chargers and Raiders. I got the Chargers, but it's gonna be a good game. And I know what you're laughing at.
My
It's so
goodness.
immature, very immature,
Wowzers.
immature, immature.
Jeremy. Oh,
I'm looking at some of the 4 o'clock games, and then I'll go back to the 1 o'clocks that have started. So uh, the Broncos versus the Colts. I'll take, of course, the Broncos. I just like the way Bo Nix is showing up. I like the way he's contributing and getting the ball around to his receivers. I think, and he has a great defense on the other side of the ball. So I think that'll work out for him. Panthers, Cardinals. Yeah, never be going with Bryce Young. I think he holds the ball too long. I think the
yeah,
offensive
Bryce.
line is showing up for him, and the backfield in terms of the running backs, and then also Kyrie is coming. I saw the offseason uh documentary on what there's the team camaraderie. He's going to be a true leader this year. That Eagles Chiefs game, I'm going to stay away from it because, like I said, I'm going to say some things with heart, and I don't want to do it. Now, the Falcons and the Vikings, I wanted to get into that. I think that the Vikings, I'm going to take the Vikings just because of what I saw out of JJ and JJ, the combination of them two last week. And then also, I feel like he has a few healthy pieces around him with his tight end, and then also in the backfield, I think you can get some help from that. And I think that defense is going to show up big for them on that side. So I'll take the -3.5. And then the Bucks and the Texans. I'm surprised that at what I saw a lot of with the running back from the Browns and went over to the Texans. He did a great job last week. I know the Buccaneers have a great defense, so that's going to be a great game. But I'm giving my bet to the Texans just because of CJ Stroud's arm, and then because of a reliable running game, and hopefully a defense that comes through in the clutch. And then when it comes to the Chargers and the Raiders, can't go against the Chargers. I don't see the Raiders getting past the Chargers defense, and with their quarterback coming in, Herbert coming in too. his a next level of his career. I think that he's making wise decisions, and I don't really see that being a bit of a challenge for the Chargers. Now the games that have started, the 1 o'clock games. With the Rams and the Titans, I wasn't going to bet against the Rams anyway in that game. Like, that's ridiculous. I just feel like the Titans, Cam Ward, is not really that's another level of a challenge. Last week that was a bit more feasible, but this week that's going to be a little bit tough for him. The Seahawks and the Steelers, I like what the Steelers are doing. Aaron Rodgers looked really good last week. I don't know where that Aaron Rodgers was with the Jets, but I feel like he had more weapons, and he also has more time, so that's good. Bears and the Lions, I feel like that's going to be a great game. But I would have to give the edge to the Lions. I don't like what Caleb Williams is doing. I feel like he has reliable receivers and a decent defense, but I think, like you said, the Lions bounce back from that week 1 loss to the Packers. I don't think that was a great showing of them. 49ers and the Saints, I feel like I would take the 49ers. No. Their quarterback is out. So but I still would take the 49ers because their Saints, their quarterback, they got quarterback problems, and I don't think Rattler or the rookie quarterback is a fair chance against that defense. And then the last one that I was actually interested in is the Patriots and Dolphins. Yes, I like what the Patriots are doing. I think the Dolphins are, like I said, free Hill. He I don't know what's going on with that. And then, like I said, Tua, I think he'll be a good, give a good 2 quarters, and it's already 6-0. And like I said, so, I think the Patriots are just going to do something. They have a lot of speed. They have a lot of, flexibility, and I like what they're doing over there. So for me, that wraps it up. I know I missed a few games, but I want to stay away from those games because those are games that I really don't have a side to choose in.
There's some Caleb Williams haters I've noticed. I don't know what y'all got against Caleb, but he started off hot. That early on in that game against Minnesota, obviously fizzled a little bit, but that was a good showing of what is to come with the Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson era. I feel as though each week they connect even more, and the offense continues to thrive in the passing, particularly on the passing side.
Dog, he's
So
holding the ball. He's holding the ball too long. He looks off his first read, and it pisses me off. Like, he's looking for the big
Hey,
play.
but you got to look at there. There's a lot of people like Tua like to stay locked in on their first read too long. At least he might be a little bit too fast looking it off now with Caleb, but that could be changed.
I'm not gonna say what I was going to say about Tua because him being locked on his first read, look, it might be a side effect of something else, but that's just neither here nor there.
Oh, oh boy. But I feels okay with Williams has a bright future. Got a great receivers with Dunze, DJ Moore, and then Luther Burden. And then got a dynamic running back with Swift. So I feel as though the offense is going to thrive once he knows how to, once he settles down, continue to get comfortable in Ben Johnson's offense. And I feel that's when they start to thrive.
Yeah.
Anyone want to add anything else, though?
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate you guys coming on.
All right, man. Have a great Sunday. Let's watch some football.
Go Birds and let my parlays hit.
Nah, you ain't go Birds today after what you said.
After what you just said.
Go Birds.
Nah,
but let my
what you
parlays
just said
hit.
ain't nothing.
Let my parlays hit.
Hey, stay blessed, everybody. Stay blessed.